if you have a really nasty level to start things off, it can get ugly very, very fast. So in a moment, we're about to find out, and we're starting on 6, right in between.
Ah, World 6. Honestly, I like to see World 6 to start out for the first seed and the Flags 1. It's one of the longest worlds regardless, even if you have hammers and clouds. It's going to take a while.
Pipes, of course, will not do them any good without a hammer, so we're going to start with the 3-9 beta with Boss Bass to boot.
He's out, man. He's hungry, and he's ready to chomp on some players.
Yeah, he is ready to go. He is not eaten at all today, so he is ready to get some Mario in his belly, but hopefully... Oh, but the Koopa Troopa surrounding KillerApp, and he takes an early death.
Yeah, that's hard to avoid. Ooh, and sab0tender just getting chomped up by Boss Bass himself.
He was trying to get into the narrow section to go down the pipe, but little does he know he could just go down the first pipe, and he is immediately swallowed again. Next up, we have 3-6.
3-6 is a nice level. The only problem is I tend to see a lot of fire snakes and fire chomps here.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Now, sab0tender does get through the pipe, but still has to complete the rest of this 3-9 beta stage here. Let's see if he can do it. He's just a couple of pipes away. Cavin is done with 3-6. And next up, we have another beta stage. This is the 7-3 beta.
This one's not a bad level. It's pretty quick. The hills kind of slow you down. If you can get some P-speed and the good jumps, you can keep up really nice momentum. You got to watch out for that Latika, though.
Speaking of level 7 betas, here's a Hammer Brothers screen you will never see in the game because this was intended for World 7, but because there's no Hammer Brothers in World 7, you never get to see it.
Yeah, KillerApp took another death here for 6-3, so he's got a little bit of struggle. Hopefully he's just getting that rust off the gears.
Our first 4 of the night is 4F1, but Kerbo runs into the dry bones and takes a death. Cavin, meanwhile, whoa! That jump over the hot foot! How in the world did Cavin pull that off?
Cavin's one of the best runners, I think, out here that's keeps to himself pretty much. He doesn't talk much in the Discord, but I faced him last year, and he's one heck of a competitor.
My goodness gracious. Cavin early on pulling the moves here in 4F1. And now KillerApp going into the Mushroom House. He's got 2 stars to his name with only 2 extra lives left and gets a Tanuki suit out of it.
Not a bad item.
I gotta imagine, considering KillerApp's live situation, he's probably gonna go for the 5-up early on.
And you'll see a lot of the runners go for that. It's not a bad option, especially just because of sometimes you don't know what you're going to find out. And it's just nice to have the insurance.
And our next level is 5-3. Cavin, the first one to reach that stage here, known for its famous Goomba shoes, or the Karibo boots, as some people might want to call it.
Yeah, you gotta watch out. This could be a gauntlet of enemies, though. Depending on what spawns, especially when Paragoombas show up, they can come out of nowhere and just make you take a hit.
Not to mention Boss Bass like showing up here in 5-3 as well, but no Boss Bass this time.
Cavin's just gotta watch out for that Koopa kind of swooping down there. He should be down here with 5-3 in just a moment.
sab0tender going into the Mushroom House and also getting that same Tanuki suit. And Cavin completes his card, so he'll get a 1-up. He's got 5 extra lives. sab0tender cannot get 3 of a kind. He's got a flower and a star, so when he completes this level, he'll get a 1-up, which is what runners will generally want to try to get later on when they've got enough lives, because when you get 3 of a kind, you're treated to a fireworks screen. While it looks nice and all, it loses a lot of time.
Yeah, you'll see a lot of the more experienced runners, they're going to avoid the extra 1-ups as soon as they start. Some of them will take that first 3 matches just to have the insurance for later on, but not Cavin. He's not going to want those at all.
kirbocyhn takes the insurance policy, he gets 3 stars, and adds 5 lives to his total. He's up to 9 extra lives.
Yeah, even with sab0tender struggles, he's literally only, I'd say, about a stage and a half behind, so he's keeping up with them.
Absolutely. When we got Fire Brothers, going to be very tough to keep his power. Oh, the little pop there, and he keeps his leaf. Nice moves by Cavin. He'll get a star out of it. KillerApp will get the 5 1-ups as well. He completes his cards. Our first look at the end card game for Cavin. But no match, the board goes back, so nothing doing for Cavin.
No. And that's one thing. You'll notice that some of these runners, when they know they have a place in the brackets, with their last few races, they don't tend to go for the end card games, getting themselves prepared for what they might see in the bracket stage.
Absolutely, because in the bracket stages, the end card game gets eliminated, so no extra items for these runners. What you see in the mushroom houses and whatnot is what you get, and we have 7-1 for Cavin. First opportunity to try to do the block clip.
Yeah, it's actually it's probably easier with the setup he's got right now. You got to get a certain amount of speed and a jump at a certain point to get the sub-pixels in your favor. And there he goes, right into the wall.
Nice job there for Cavin. Took him about 4 attempts, so pretty good effort there. He'll complete 7-1, get another star, a flower on KillerApp's side of the board, and a Hammer Brother for sab0tender, and it's those same Fire Brothers, and nice kill. Very nicely done.
Yeah, that's not easy to get through.
Yeah, very good. Ooh, gets the match there. kirbocyhn. Oh, lucky there. He knew where the other mushroom was, but he went to the right. Another match for kirbocyhn, but that will be all. But 3 matches off the top. That's a pretty good beginning for Kirbo.
Yeah, and it looks like the mushrooms are giving you clouds this time in the end card game.
Very nice. Cavin in 4F2, so we have the World 4 forts bunched up in this one.
Yeah, a lot of times with these, you're going to see them paired up together, especially when they have 2 forts in the world. They're going to pair up together with 4-1, 4-2.
KillerApp tried to get the block clip here in 7-1, having a little bit of trouble though. sab0tender using the cloud to get past 7-1. We have our first hand stage. It is the 3rd hand stage, the one with all the cheat sheets. So whatever prize Cavin gets is going to be the prize at the end of all 3 hand stages.
Yeah, this should be an important item to find too, especially if it's something they want like a cloud or a hammer. But unfortunately, it's going to be a music box.
Not the best item. So unfortunately, the hand stages won't be giving out some nice prizes this time. Just a few CDs.
Yeah, you'll find a couple of times where they're going to use the music boxes just in World 7. It's the only time when they want to skip the Piranha stages.
Because even though you get an item at the end, they still take a fair amount of time, as sab0tender is going to... He must have lost a life after he clouded, so he has to go all the way back to 7-1 again.
Oof. It's not an easy stage to play through, especially if you don't do the clip.
Yep, Kirbo getting a lucky star behind that question block here. And KillerApp is trying to do 7-1 the traditional way as well, as Cavin completes his hand and is up to 6 extra lives.
Yeah, he's going to be heading into the 6F3, which he'll find the Navy stage.
Yes, you can sail the 7 seas, and we want you.
Doing a good job with this movement here. He's not entirely getting P-speed, but doing a really good job at that stage.
KillerApp using his Hammer Brothers suit early, trying to do the clip here in 7-1. So Kirbo right now keeping his lead right now on KillerApp. And KillerApp does finally get the clip in 7-1. Right now, Kirbo, it looks like he's in 3-2.
Yeah. sab0tender's got to play it safe. He's down to 0 lives. It's going to be a big backtrack if he dies here.
It's going to be a very difficult task because he's got no cards to his name. And we have the World 7 fort for Cavin. But because it's World 6, we're still dealing with Lemmy Koopa. And the HP is shuffled anywhere between 1 and 5 hits.
Yeah, if they're lucky, Lemmy will stay on the right side, and hopefully they can keep him trapped there. A lot of times you can find it with the way the balls are released from him. You can keep him in there pretty easily.
1 hit's not enough, and it's 2 hits, so Lemmy, a little bit of a shrimp here. Oh, boy. sab0tender's got to go! Oh! That sniper job! Wow! What a brutal death there for sab0tender. Looked like he was home free with the Koopa shell, taking down the Nipper, but then a Nipper came out of nowhere and just absolutely sniped him to a game over. Yikes.
That is not what you want to see, especially in the first world and when you're that far in.
I'm not going to lie, Gimp Extreme. That surprised the hell out of me.
Yeah, I was thinking to myself, like, ooh, you should stay at that one slot because you know there's an enemy in the second slot, but you never know what's going to fall down there.
That is true. And now we're at World 1 next for World 2, and we're starting off with 6-1.
Yeah, without that hammer, World 1, you're going to have to play a few extra stages.
Yeah. World 1, not so bad. And 6-1's not a bad stage either. The Angry Sun's a little bit intimidating, but he's not going to really bother for much. And with that star, going to make this a free level practically.
Oh, yeah. Not an issue whatsoever. KillerApp now working his way through 3-2.
Yep, he's got 7 extra lives. kirbocyhn with 8 extra lives. Back to the cards for Cavin. He's looking for the mushroom. There's a match, so that's a cloud. How about the 20? There's the 20. Now the 10, but he finds a star. Knows where the star is, so another match. But that is all for Cavin. 3 matches, not bad.
Yeah, not bad at all. Looked like there was a Tanuki suit in there.
The 20 is the Tanuki suit, and we have 5-2 next. Yeah. And we have 4-3 now on KillerApp's side. Interesting. KillerApp sitting on 2 flowers. I'll be interested to see if he goes for 3 more lives here. He's sitting on 6, which, I mean, is a 50-50 shot. He may go for the 3 up here, or he may just go for the star at the end.
Yeah, it really just depends. The way he's playing, he's having a few deaths where he doesn't want them, so he might actually go for the insurance lives.
We'll see what happens as Cavin gets his 2nd card, and he's not going to get the triple here. KillerApp gets the 3 up, so he goes for the flowers, gets it, and he now has 9 extra lives. Next up for Cavin, we're at Fort 1, the first fort of the game. He's hoping that there's a leaf here, and there is, so he's going to get an extra item unless this Hotfoot decides to be a troll, but nope, it's the tame variety.
Yeah, it looks like this is our first FRUT of the game.
Oh, that's right. This is level 1. Chat knows. Ooh, we have a Hammer Brothers suit as the item. Nice.
Yeah, that's a great item to find. We already saw that KillerApp used his, so if he decides to go for the item, he's going to be pretty happy to find that.
Of course, he needs to have a power-up to start with, because remember, the first power-up in Fort 1 was a star. 1-6 is next up here.
Yeah, 1-6, not too bad, especially if you have a tail, you can get that P speed. You can basically skip most of this level. You don't have to worry about the platforms.
Yep, and Cavin gets 1 of each for his cards. He'll pick up a 1-up. sab0tender completes his cards, gets a 5-up for his triple stars.
Taking the extra insurance, not a bad idea considering he struggled at the end of World 6 here.
Absolutely, I totally agree with sab0tender's move right now. And next up, 3-3. No boss pass, though.
Yeah. Oh, and Calvin loses his tail there on 7-2. He is going to have to play this the long way.
Well, that's a tough break, because with that tail, he could have floated across that long gap where you have to build the music box bridge, but unfortunately losing the tail at the last moment is going to cost him a little bit of time, but still in pretty good shape against sab0tender at the moment. KillerApp takes down Lemmy Koopa and is done with World 1. He is trailing right now, though, against kirbocyhn, but getting stun lock against the Sledgehammer Brothers and is trying to get out of the way immediately. sab0tender now at 7-1. Let's see if he can get this clip.
I don't know if he's been able to pull this clip off yet in a race, as far as I know, but I know he struggled with it before.
Now Cavin with the Hammer Brother, and he's got some Sledgehammer Brothers deals, but he used the star. Nice play there, and a star for a star. That seems to happen more often than not, Gimp.
That's not a bad thing, though. Sometimes we like to save that star for later on when we know what stage is coming up.
Oh, totally. I like seeing stars for stars when it comes to difficult Hammer Brothers like the one that Cavin just took care of. And we have the World 4 airship.
World 4 is actually one of the longest ones besides 7 in the vanilla game, but without that auto-scroller, this is one of the shortest.
Yeah, because it's the very slow-moving auto-scroller. Larry Koopa at the end. One-hitter cheatsy.
Yeah. And if you've noticed now, Kirbo has actually taken the lead over Cavin, even though they're not racing against each other.
That is true. A couple matches for KillerApp. He found a 4th match with the 10 coin, finds a 5th one with the star, but does not find the 4th and final star. But KillerApp getting quite a few matches there, and I think one of them was the leaf. I think the 10 coin was the leaf.
Yeah, I think you're right on that one.
And what does Peach give our runners here at the end of World 2? It is a frog suit.
Ooh, and they start with World 3.
Yeah, and chat, you know what to do about that. Cavin back to the cards. He instantly finds a match with his Fire Flower, but doesn't find the 4th one. Now he's looking for another star. Did he see it? Nope. He's done with this card game, and KillerApp is done with this level. And Kirbo is right now in 5-6.
Yeah, sab0tender does take down 7-1, so he got past his white whale right now.
Very good job there. 4F2 next up for sab0tender. KillerApp's in 1, and he's got the Tanuki suit equipped, so he'll get his hammer suit as well.
Yeah, he can see he's happy to see that item.
Oh, you better believe it. Cavin gets his second card. He has completed that level, and unfortunately, sab0tender taking a death to Boom Boom in 4F2. He'll have to try it again. App's in 1-6 right now, and he's got to watch out for those fire chomps. He's looking to take him down. Ooh, and keeps enough of the P speed there to float across the fireballs and survive this level. Nice job.
Oh, yeah. And kirbocyhn is going to finish up his end card game.
Good stuff there, and he gets a star and a mushroom out of it at the end. And next up, we have 6-8 for Kirbo.
You know, and I can't help but notice there's a lack of hammers in the seed.
Yeah, there's been no hammers, and we're about midway through World 3, so that is kind of interesting. kirbocyhn and Cavin, they're pretty much side by side right now as they're taking on 6-8, but oh!
Spoke too soon there, Loss.
Yeah, commentator's curse. I'm sorry about that, Kirbo. Back to the cards for sab0tender. He finds a match on the stars. Can't find a match on the 20. And 6F2 now for Cavin.
I'm not familiar with it not being in World 8.
Me neither. Well, there's 3 forts in World 6, so there's still a chance, Gimp.
Oh, yeah. A good old carpet fort. I'm sure it will be there.
Carpet fort or maybe the escalator fort.
Yeah, Kirbo's having to take another shot at 6-8 here. He's died a couple times now.
And he's going to use his Tanuki suit to try and get through all of the giant Koopas. The reason why you see nothing but giants is because I believe enemies are in sets.
Yeah, there are sets here, so you are going to see a lot of giant enemies when when you see one, you're going to see a bunch of them paired together.
Same thing with the fire snakes and the fire chomps. When you see one, you're going to see about a dozen.
Cavin's going to check the pipe here.
Yep, sab0tender took a death, and he's now back in 3-2. Cavin finds the way out, and Fred, is this even randomized?
Yeah, come on now.
So Wendy O. Koopa is going to be our boss at the end, Cootie Pie Koopa. Let's find out how many Baconators she had prior to this race. We'll see if she's going to be a weak one, or if she's a 5 HP Earthquaker. There's one. Earthquake, but only 2 hits, so that's kind of a pleasant surprise for these runners. She had 1 Baconator for the Earthquake, but had a side salad to go with it instead of a Frosty.
But I'm pretty sure the runners are happy to see that, though.
Oh,
That's
you better
definitely something you'd rather face off against than a 5-hit Wendy with Earthquake.
KillerApp trying to complete his cards. He's looking for the final mushroom. He does, so KillerApp completes the board and gets the rest of the prizes.
Peach gives him a Fire Flower. Very good item to find.
Yep, something you normally don't see in the vanilla game, but yeah, that is indeed a very nice find because fire is one of the ways you can kill Bowser and the Koopalings. And of course, Boom Boom.
So here with World 7, these pipes are going to be massive trolls. As you see, the first one leads right to a mushroom house. I still got to say, it's a little weird. We're in a World 4 and still no hammers.
It makes you wonder if we're never going to see any hammers here. There's one-up match for Cavin, and he finds the star. Now he's just got a couple of sets of cards left to go. Finds the fire flower. Now he needs to find the dime, which he does. Cavin completes the board. Here's Kirbo against Wendy. No problem.
Here he's going to find 8-1 for Cavin. He's going to take a death. He's probably going to cloud over it. Not a bad idea.
KillerApp completes his cards as he's done with 5-1. sab0tender's now on the World 7 airship.
Yeah, that first game over for sab0tender's proven to be really costly right now.
Absolutely. Cavin now in 2-4, and because he's got no tail, he'll have to take the bottom path and gets blocked by that fire brother there, so now he's got to be really careful as he tries to complete the rest of this level. But with this star, should be a breeze.
Oh, yeah. He's got to watch out for that last fire brother. Oh, he's good. Okay.
Snuck underneath it at that, so...
Oh, yeah.
Great plan there for Cavin as he completes 2-4, and sab0tender has completed his first world, and now we have 8-1.
Ooh. He's actually going to play through. Cavin took a death and just decided to cloud over it. I think that was a smart choice, knowing that's the only way to go.
Absolutely. And Cavin, speaking of World 8, we have the World 8 Fortress here. Some people don't like this fort because of it being long, being a maze, and a lot of ways to die, but I would still take this one over 7F2.
Oh, yeah. Which we still haven't seen, so that's definitely something you don't want to see late in the race.
No question about it. Cavin gets through, but I don't think he's going to one-cycle. He's definitely not going to one-cycle now.
Yeah. That's all right. You can still check for extra items here. I don't think he will, though. Yeah, he's going straight for it. He's going to actually go small. Yeah.
Going for the speed strats here. He is speed running it, and it's all or nothing, and it's all for Cavin as boom, boom goes boom. Curve goes in 2-4. Killer App on a coin ship here. We have turned off the auto scrollers, and he just leaves the one up there.
Yeah, I think with 13 lives, Killer App doesn't... I think he's starting to figure out...
Hey! Finally, we've got a hammer, and it belongs to Killer App.
And he's going straight to the end of World 3. Smart move by him.
This could give Killer App a chance to catch up on Kirbo if he didn't get that hammer either. I didn't see the coin ship, though, on KirboCyhn's side, so I think Killer App's going to have a chance here to cut into that lead. Especially
if he finds the right piper in World 7.
Oh, no doubt about it. And Cavin is now on panel number 3 rather, and then we have 1-3.
Yeah, I'm starting to think this World 7 is going to be a troll.
Yeah, it's looking like it, isn't it? Let's see if Cavin decides to go for the item or just decides to play out. He's going to play it out.
I don't blame him. He's got the movement. I feel like he's pretty confident in his play right now, so I don't see him stopping for any more items.
Now, with his caliber of play, I totally agree with you there. If it would have been like the first stage of the game, I think he goes for the item at that point.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, 7-9 here, the blue maze.
We have Cheap on the bottom as well, so going to have to be careful when he gets to the bottom. Oh my goodness, that Paragoomba was trying to snipe Cavin from underneath, but it's speaking of snipe. Wow, the snipage is real in this race. We saw it happen to sab0tender, now it happens to Cavin856. Looked like the Paragoomba was gonna take Cavin down. Oh man, 8-2 now.
Oh no. And he takes the sand to shame.
Wow, so we've seen 8-1, 8-2, and Fort 8 here in World 7. Are we going to see the army or something?
We might. We might get lucky here.
Yeah. Cavin going to take the right pipe, which gets you a bunch of coins. That's what I always like to take, because I like money. He'll get rid of his frog suit and try for the jump leap of faith, and he makes it. Nice job. Kirbo got a music box behind that stage, and that's kind of funny. Use a music box, get a music box. Obviously, he didn't use a music box, but some people would.
And Cavin finds the right pipe there, so he will be playing. It looks like he's found the beta for 5-3.
Yep, no Karibo shoes, but a lot of underwater enemies that are going to try and take him down in the second half. sab0tender are going to try and take down these giant sludge bros, which he does successfully and gets a star. 3-1 for KirboCyhn.
Killer App now in the World 8 fort, so he's, I would say he was about 4 or 5 stages behind. He's only a few behind now. He's catching up.
I tell you what, there's one thing getting picked off by the tiny micro bloopers there. So he's going to take panel 7 instead, and that's a good choice. This is 1-2.
Yeah, 1-2 is a much easier choice, even with the cheap. Not very threatening.
Yeah, what I was going to say is one thing about the 5-3 beta is if you see the black cheeps, they tend to moon swim.
Yeah, they can be real trolls too, because sometimes they go on an incline, sometimes they're declining. You can't tell until you see them on screen.
That's amazing. As KillerApp completes Fort 8, Cavin gets a mushroom out of the cards there, so he'll avoid another 1-up. sab0tender in 7-2 at the moment. Looks like he's... Ooh, got to be careful with the last stretch here. He's there. Hey, speaking of the army, I called it!
You just called it. You said, well, we're going to see the army here, and sure enough, there it is.
Wow, I am Nostradamus, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, maybe not, but I've been guessing pretty well lately when it comes to SMB3 Rando.
You were guessing the worlds the other night pretty well.
That's right. So Cavin's going to get an edge on life here in the army. He's going to go into this pipe, take down this final boomerang brother here, and he'll get a little bit of a prize here, which is going to be a frog suit. And it's going to be the door 6 fort, Fort 3F1.
This is definitely something you want to see here at the end of World 7. A nice, easy fort to get through. Ooh, that Cheep Cheep tried to snipe him there.
Cavin would have none of it. Kerbo's now in 7-9. He's in pretty good shape. Just has to be careful of all of these enemies that are trying to snipe him from underneath, but he can't quite make that jump. So decision time for Cavin. Is he going to use a music box? No, he's going to play it. You know, considering how fast he likes going, I'm a little bit surprised he's playing this out.
Yeah, I was a little surprised, but then again, he might be thinking, I haven't seen a hammer. I could really use one.
Let's find out what we have. Well, it's a P-Wing. That's pretty nice.
Good item. Just not the one he was probably looking for.
But he is going to get to the airship, and we have World 2's airship. Kerbo completes his hand, gets a 1-up. He's up to 9 extra lives. sab0tender's back to the cards.
Yeah, finding that World 2 airship, definitely what you want to see here. Let's hope Ludwig cooperates here.
Oh, he's got moon jump shoes, and he's one hit!
One hit, wow.
So far we've had 4 Koopalings, and they've all been 1 or 2 HP. That means the worst is yet to come.
Yeah, well, so we've only seen, what, 1 Earthquaker?
Yep, Wendy with the 2-hitter.
We got what? 3 more Koopalings to see, and we still have 1 Earthquake to be determined.
Iggy and Morton. And the prize, we don't know because remember, it's Koopa's letter, but a little known fact is we've added a special surprise to that letter, which you normally don't get in the vanilla game. So if Cavin checks his inventory, ooh, taking a death here on 5-8, but that might have been intentional considering how he went out and about. No, that was just a mistake.
I think he just may have missed his jump there.
So we have World 5 at World 5 spot, and chat, you know what to do about that. That's 2 in a row. Or 2 out of 3, rather.
Yeah. Yeah, KillerApp has taken the lead, too, on Kerbo.
Wow, and sab0tender picking up 5 more extra lives, getting the triple stars and the fireworks and all, and he's going to take that coin ship. He's going to be happy he did, because he's going to get a hammer out of this.
Yeah. Cavin using the top strat that I've seen and used myself is clouding over 5-2 to get into the pipe.
Oh, sab0tender's got to be really careful here. 1 more to take down. He got him. 7-7 for Cavin. It's the mad dash across the chompers here while you want to keep that star, because if you don't, you're done.
Yeah, he's going to have to grab that 3rd star after hitting that pipe there. Knowing him, he was probably wanting to do the 2-cycle.
At least being small, you don't have to worry about ducking underneath a pipe, because I know when I'm big, I would always have trouble with that, and I'd take a death anyways because I'd run out of star by then. Tell you what, KillerApp really made up a lot of ground after that really slow start he had.
Oh yeah, he was struggling real early on, but maybe it's like we were saying, maybe he just needs to get the rust off the wheels there and start moving.
By the way, I liked what Bowser's letter said. It was the phrase at the end of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. You get nothing! You lose! Good day, sir!
Instant classic. If no one's seen it, you should go out and rent it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And don't get me started about the other movie. Unfortunately, KillerApp taking a death at the end of 5-8. So back to start he goes. Is he going to use a cloud? He is going to use a mushroom.
And the star. He's hoping to find the Latiku early on. Well, or not. He's just going to take the fire flower. I would use the star to my advantage and try to find Latiku early on. Just get rid of him.
Cavin in the tower now in World 5, the Sky World. Of course, when we get to the second set of flags, Gimp, this tower may not be required.
No, especially with second set of flags. World 5 is probably one of the fastest worlds we'll see.
Cavin unfortunately doesn't have a hammer. This is where sab0tender could gain some ground. And keep this in mind in the KillerApp kirbocyhn race. Kirbo, I believe, does... One of them has the hammer. I think it's KillerApp.
Yeah, I think it's KillerApp, so he's going to take a significant lead if he goes up there with that hammer.
Next up,
which if I was him, I'd use it.
Yeah, next up, 4-5 for Cavin. The only level that features the missile variety of the bullet bills. Cavin is through. Uh-oh, we have 6-5 on KillerApp's side.
Yeah, 2 Paragoombas, you got to watch out. Those guys will, 1, lag you, and 2, they're going to be a big problem trying to get up in the air.
Absolutely. And we have the World 5-4 or 5-8 beta. You make the call.
I'm going to say 4.
5-4 and 5-8 are both pretty short, so I could take it or leave it on either one.
Ooh, Kirbo is using the P-speed strats there, but unfortunately does take a death in 5-8.
That's a tough one to take there, and we have 2-5 now on Cavin, the chain chomp level. And sab0tender, watch out. One more hit is what he needs, but he gets a cavity off of that candy cane ring.
I did notice KillerApp did play 6-5, which was the one Cavin clouded over, so he might be saving his clouds for later.
He might be saving them for World 8 if that particular path is required, or he may be saving them for World 7 as well.
Yeah, using them in World 8, that's kind of it's a really risky move. But if you use them later on, you've still got, what, I believe World 2 to play? You could save yourself a lot of time.
And sab0tender is going to try again here. He needs one more hit. And he go! Just sneaks in to take down Wendy-O Koopa. Nice job for sab0tender. Well, you could cross off another World 6-4. We just got done with 6F3 on Cavin's side.
Not a true seed without those World 6 fortresses in World 8.
Well, there's still 6F1, so it's not over yet, Gimp.
I'm not holding my breath. I'm starting to think that 7F2 is going to be there now.
Oh, yeah, you might be right. We have 3-7 with a boss bass on Cavin's side, the level I like to call jackpot because of the coin heaven. It gives you a prize at the end, but because auto-scrollers are still on in coin heaven, it's something you're not going to see runners generally take unless it's maybe the first level of the game so they can get a quick item.
Exactly, yeah. Cavin did take an unusual death there, so he's going to just P-wing it. I don't blame him. The stage started out real sketchy. There's a lot of enemies coming after him. He did manage to get through him, but he just jumped straight into a pit at that point.
Absolutely. It's tough when you have boss bass looming and all these piranhas and all these enemies trying to clear without getting hit, without taking damage here. And
speaking of which, there's 7F2 on Kirbo's side.
Ooh, so we have found 7F2. So I believe that's the first fort in World 5.
That is correct. Yeah, so I don't know. I think World 8 might just have a easy set of fortresses for him.
Oh, we still have 3F2, which is another one that tends to come up a lot in World 8.
Yeah, I have a feeling Desert Fort may show up there now.
Fort Knox might show up there as well, 7F1.
Yeah, I like to consider Fort Knox as a troll level because it can show up. Yet then again, it's not a big issue if you have the right equipment.
Correct. And Cavin going to have to get through the Hammer Brother first before he may proceed to the fort. And sab0tender, unfortunately, taking a death at the end of 8-1, missing the music note jump. Speaking of music, a music box for Cavin.
Yeah, I did. Perry's KillerApp did not. Did he use his hammer already? Because I don't think he used it.
Maybe he did already use it. And if he did, I didn't see where. Maybe that's how he took the lead on Kirbo. And sab0tender taking another death in 8-1. He has to play it again. We have World 6's airship this time. See how many hits Roy takes on the flat surface. He's Earthquake. One hit again!
What's with all the weak Koopalings?
Somebody didn't get the memo about Bowser's all-you-can-eat buffet at his castle because these Koopalings are starving. So we're down to just 2 Koopaling kids, and somebody's got to be thick here, but we'll find out as KillerApp able to avoid the 3 of a kind. He's up to 14 extra lives. Yeah, Leslie making a good point. Maybe Bowser ate everything. Poor kids. And now KillerApp in that same carpet fort we saw earlier. World 4 is up next. So World 2 will be last. And it's going to be 1-4 for Cavin here to start things off in World 4. sab0tender trying to complete the end of World 8-1 here, and with the assist of the Hammer Brothers is going to get through. Nice job.
Oh, yeah.
The Bullet Bills, I mean, not the Hammer Brothers. The Bullet Bills.
Yeah, ooh,
very nice.
Cavin finding himself in the tight spot with those fire chomps. You got to watch out for those, especially on 1-4.
Right. And Cavin is completed with 1-4 himself. Gets a mushroom card. And KillerApp going to have to be very careful because these hotfoots mean business. They'll go every which way but loose. And next up is 5-7.
A relatively short stage with that Latiku towards the end. He can cause all sorts of problems for you.
Yep, there is a pipe that takes you to a secret area, but it is much slower. But you can actually avoid that particular Lakitu if you take it, but not the end Lakitu, obviously.
Yeah, the only times I would think I'd see anybody go for it is if it's the very beginning of a seed. You go in that pipe, there is a Tanuki suit in there.
Wow! I don't know what happened to sab0tender, but somehow he overshot the mark and will get a much-needed 5 lives from the triple stars.
Yeah, I saw that. That was strange. I didn't see... I'm not sure how that happened, but apparently I think he may have jumped over the Fire Brother.
Yeah, I have no idea what happened there, but it did benefit him to the tune of 5 ups. Cavin in 1-1, and he's done.
Yeah, KillerApp using the same tactic that Cavin used here for 3-6.
Here's
wait,
5-7?
Yeah.
Yep, 3-7. 5F2 now for Cavin, the Sky Fort, or the whole bunch of lava and potobos fort.
Yeah, the trick with this fort, just keep moving. Don't stop. If you stop for a power-up, that's when problems begin.
Yep, it's like that One Journey song, Keep on Running.
Exactly.
sab0tender's in World 8's fort now. He won't get the 1 cycle, but he'll be able to get this P switch, and if he chooses to, which he doesn't, he's going to do the same thing that Cavin did. Just wait it out. Well, he didn't wait it out. He just tanked it, and boom. Boom, boom, went boom, boom. sab0tender going to play it safe. Uh-oh. Speaking of safe, Cavin is going to play it safe here, and he's going to juke him off this level.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
He's playing it?
No,
what?
he died again. I think he may have. I'm not too sure. I think he's trying to decide should I play it or not.
Sounds like he's going to play.
Oh no, he's going to skip it instead.
Interesting strategy. So he's going to use the frog suit against these Sledgehammer Brothers, but the Sledgehammer Brothers are saying, I'm not afraid of a frog. I don't care if you've got a star equipped, but down they go anyways, and he's going to be rewarded with a frog suit. Use a frog suit, get a frog suit. That's a new one.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I'm going to ask him because I guarantee he sat there and thought, maybe I should play it. But then he's probably thinking, it's World 6 and I'm 40 minutes in.
And he may think he's behind, but little does he know he's in a real prime position to go 5-0.
Oh, there's 7-5.
Now, this may give Cavin something to think about. Looks like he's going to play it, though.
Yeah.
Could have taken the death and went for the other panel, but he's going to go for it.
I probably would have taken the death, but then again, he does have a pretty good equipment set right now, so it's not a tail. A tail is highly recommended, but at this point, he's already committed long enough that he has to play it.
Well, speaking of tails, he's got it now. Oh, and just getting by the Fire Chomp there to keep his tail, KillerApp completes his card, backed up to 13 extra lives. And kirbocyhn looks like he did decide to take Jackpot and is going to coin Evan. He's going to pick up a bonus item. Let's find out what these runners missed out on 3-7.
That's
not bad.
Probably not what he was looking for.
Yeah, if that would have been a hammer, that could have been a game changer.
Yeah, especially between the race of Kirbo and KillerApp. They may seem a few stages apart, but in reality, it's been flip-flopping back and forth. It's a pretty close race.
Oh, and kirbocyhn having a little bit of trouble here in 3-4, but he's able to get out of that pond. But now he's back to Small Mario. Could get a mushroom out of this. He does. Cavin in a coin chip and does take damage to the Boomerang Brothers, but will get inside the chest a Jugum Cloud.
Seems like the clouds are a popular item. See, sab0tender used a hammer there for World 7.
So that must have been where KillerApp used his hammer, as sab0tender is now going to be all he can be in the army.
And Cavin's in super tanks as we speak.
Wow, so the only thing we haven't seen yet is the Air Force.
That could be a Fred later on. We don't know. Still got another whole world to go.
That's correct. And Cavin takes down Boom Boom, so he is done with the super tanks. And kirbocyhn trying to take down Roy, our boy. And of course, with one hit, easy. Next up, World 5's airship. So that means World 1's airship is going to be last.
Definitely the airship you want to see, especially at the end. It's real fast, not too hard. Definitely something I want to see at the end.
And a mostly flat surface for the last Koopaling. One hit is not enough to take down Iggy. 2 hits, our strongest Koopaling yet. 3 hits.
I'm really hoping for Morton to be the saltiest of all Koopas.
Yeah, Morton Salt. We'll see if Morton is the saltiest Koopa and if he's got more than the 3 HP that Iggy just had.
So far, the worlds have all seemed to be relatively long. World 7 was probably the longest besides World 6. World 3 seemed to be pretty easy. I'm wondering if World 8 is going to be a God Pipe.
Well, look at that letter that Cavin just got regarding the tech scams. If you've watched guys like Kit Boga and others, you know exactly what that message means.
Oh, yeah.
So World 2 to wrap things up, and we're starting off with 4-6. That's true. Morton Koopa in the cartoon series is known as Loudmouth. I had completely forgotten about that. That's a possibility. He's full of salt and he's full of hot air. Cavin's got 2 mushrooms in a row, so I'm not worried about him getting a 3rd mushroom here, but you never know what could happen at the end of a stage.
Yeah, you never know, especially with
this level.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's generally an enemy right at the end waiting for you.
Correct. So he possibly might get triple shrooms here. We'll see if he's able to avoid it. Looks like it's 3-5 for KillerApp. So let's see if Cavin can avoid it. He does. Got enough speed there.
And we're gonna find 5F1 here for Cavin.
Tell you what, we're running out of forts here, and this is the only fort of World 2, so I think the odds of us seeing a World 6 fort are pretty darn high.
I'm not going to say you're wrong, because 9 times out of 10, you're usually right.
Well, we'll see if that is the case, or I'm trying to think what other forts we haven't seen yet. Again, we haven't seen 3F2.
And we haven't seen Air Force.
Fort Knox. And we haven't seen Air Force, correct. So one of them is going to be out of play, you would imagine. kirbocyhn going to try to finish off 5F2 with the Tanuki suit in his pocket, and he does. KillerApp, let's see if he can do the same with his raccoon tail against this Boom Boom. Yes, he does. And we have 4-4 now on Cavin's side.
Yeah, so far the Seed only has given out 1 hammer so far.
Yeah, that was the one on that coin ship. You were right about that. So that's one of the big reasons why this has been a long seed.
Yeah, and it seems like a lot of them took the option there on World 7 when they saw that pipe lead right into 7-9.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, World 7 is a long world, and if you see that lock, you're gonna take it. You're gonna use that hammer. And KillerApp has completed World 6, and he's not all that far behind Cavin.
He's really not, no.
And we have another hand stage.
Yeah,
that's the Hammer Brothers.
And I believe several people still have clouds that they have not used.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. So, coin ship now for kirbocyhn in World 6.
Yeah, Calvin finds himself in 6-9. Ooh, I'm surprised he doesn't go for that wall clip.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised too, but he might take an intentional death. Let's see.
No, looks like he's going to play through.
kirbocyhn having a little bit of trouble here in 3-5, and now sab0tender finds 7F2, and he says, nope!
I don't blame him. That's the smart approach there. Just skip it and go play 5-3.
Yeah, no question about it. You use the fire suit. Cavin done with 6-9 and is able to get a mushroom, so he's kept up with the cards, not matching up. So Cavin has done a really good job keeping that under control.
Yeah, he has a cloud, and he's saving it for World 8, it looks like.
Here's the final hand stage, the most fun one with all the coins and the potobos.
Gonna find a very lovely item he's been waiting for. Another music box.
Yep, CDs for days for Cavin, so just needs to get through this Hammer Brother here. No, I'm going to put him to sleep. He's got surplus, might as well use it.
I don't blame him. When you look at the clock and it's going to be at least almost 49 minutes before you're done with World 7, at that point you're constantly looking at the SRL channel. You're getting nervous, not knowing what's going to happen.
Let's see, 2 hits. No, that's not enough. How about 3? Same as Iggy, so we have a tie.
I'm really hoping next seed they're all 5 HP.
Well,
Make them work a little bit.
Well, let's see. That's 5 to the 8. What's 5 to the 7th power? So you guys do the math. I would do the math, but we're calling a race here. Maybe I'll do it after when we have our downtime. I'll do it.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see what the final reward is going to be from Princess Toadstool that Cavin's going to be getting. It is going to be... Can't tell. He went so quick.
Yeah, at this point, he is in go mode. He's finding himself in 4-2 here with the Boss Bass and the Cheap, so he's got to watch out. He's got 2 guys in the water out for blood.
Wow, you don't see that very often. Both the Cheap and Boss Bass trying to take you down like that. That's rare.
You can call him Boss Bass and Junior out there.
Mm-hmm, absolutely. But, ooh, getting sniped towards the end and almost cost him right there. But Cavin is done with 4-2.
He's going to check this pipe. I was going to say, the rest of the world seemed to be kind of trolly.
Are we going to get a break? Of course not. No, sir.
Nope, that just rounds him right back around. So he's going to probably play through the 4th stage. And we're going to find out what that leads to next.
Absolutely.
There it is, 6F1.
Told ya!
Somebody buy this guy a lotto ticket.
Yeah, it hardly ever fails, Gimp. A World 6 Fort in World 8, and we hadn't seen it, so I figured it was coming, and there it is. Plenty of power-ups to get here on this stretch of 6F1, and he'll be glad to pick up this start. He's going to hope there's going to be a star at the end for a quick boom-boom kill, and having some trouble. Fire Flower.
Fire Flower, that's just as quick, I believe.
Oh, sure, absolutely. He'll take that. Just means no upside-down orb.
Then now he's going to have 2 extra pipes to check out, so this could be a big... Well, I would say not even big, just like a nice way to see. So there's the handbridge. Handbridge might be required.
Yeah, it depends where this pipe takes him, because where this pipe takes him could be the tail of the tape here. Let's see where this pipe takes Cavin to.
Took him to the other side of the handbridge. So looks like 8, 1, and 2 are required.
Yep, because we have to, and Air Force is required as well, the Air Force panel, because we have to break that lock unless you have a hammer, and we have seen devoid of hammers pretty much.
And there's Fort Knox.
7F1, my favorite fort of the game, and Cavin, he's going to have to go and get that Tanuki. So let's see how many coins he grabs along the way here. 1! Come on, Cavin!
Hey, it might be your favorite stage, but to him, it just might be a nuisance.
Oh, I know. It's a nuisance to a lot, especially if you're not properly equipped, as Cavin was, to start 7F1.
So KillerApp now working his way into World 8.
Yeah, he's definitely gained a lot of ground on Cavin in terms of 1, 2. As far as SRL standings go, he's definitely gained a lot of ground after that rough start on Cavin. And if I tell you what, if he didn't have that rough start, he might be the leader.
Yeah, and I was going to say, KillerApp, the one thing I did notice, he's had a lot of item management issues. He looks like he used a frog suit and then used his hammer suit on accident last World.
Ooh, so that could come into play when we get to World 8 again. KillerApp is not going against Cavin856. His focus is to take down kirbocyhn. Another hammer! We finally find another hammer!
Yeah,
and that's
hammer.
Ooh! That's the
big.
hammer that Cavin passed up. That is huge because it could give kirbocyhn a chance for a comeback. Because now he does not have to play through the Air Force, but he's still going to have to do 8-1 and 8-2.
That's a hard decision for the runners. You see the handbridge and then you see 8-1 and 8-2. Before you know where the other pipe leads, you're like, do I go to handbridge or do I go for 8-1, 8-2 just to get them out of the way?
Next up for Cavin as he goes through the panels here in World 8 is 3-8 without Boss Bass. But we do have a cheat sheet. Yep.
He's trying his best.
Oh, yeah, for sure. He is trying his best, but failing as Cavin does get through 3-8.
So this could be the pipe, or he will have to play Air Force.
Yep, that's right.
Oh, yep, he did play Air Force, but
this will be the way out. Yep.
Yeah.
Let's see what the final tank is going to bring in store for us. It's Fort 2. That was another one we hadn't seen that I didn't think of. So, no Air Force this time.
Kind of surprised he took the hammer suit with him.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised too because he just lost it now.
He may have put it on accident, forgetting that it's going to be there waiting for him.
Ooh, and I don't know if Cavin has another hammer suit in the till. We haven't seen very many Hammer Brothers suits, so I don't think he's going to have any more. But we'll find out. Ooh, that Koopa shell missing the sun. Boy, sun, some artful dodging here on KillerApp's side. My goodness gracious. So KA going to have to be careful here, and he's successful. Nice job. Yeah, he had another one. He was good.
He did have another one. I'm surprised, though. Big surprise for me is he still had a cloud left over.
but struggling with the statue jumps, loses his hammer suit, so Cavin going to have to beat Bowser the conventional way. That was just a mistake. Ooh, and another mistake there is he bumps into the disco waffle, so now he can't even do the clip, and he takes a death.
Yeah, knowing Cavin, he's probably pretty upset with himself right now with some of his plays. He's pretty hard on himself for making small mistakes like that.
Yeah, not been the swiftest seed for Cavin, but again, he's in prime position to win and go to 5-0 in his group, and it's looking like it's going to be Leslie Pro and Cavin going to be facing off each other. If, of course, Cavin wins the next one, we're going to have 6-0 versus 6-0 coming up. Cavin does get the validation 1-up and gets the clap.
Noticed on KillerApp side, he does have a hammer, so he will not have to play the Air Force.
That's right. He will not have to play that panel. So Cavin has the Fire Flower, so he's going to go for the alternative quick kill, which takes, what is it, 40 fireballs?
35 to 40, yeah.
Something like that, all right?
Something like that, yeah.
All right, here we go.
Oh, he's going to go classic. He's just going to let it do his jumps.
Interesting. With the fire suit equipped, that's kind of interesting. I think it is.
I honestly think it's a smart choice by him. I don't think he's done many fire kills with Bowser, so he's going to play it safe where he knows, because still, there are no SRL finishes, so he hasn't seen anybody finish, so he's like, well, if I do it this way, if I try to go for fire kill and I mess it up, I have to wait a few extra seconds.
And down goes Bowser, so get your GGs out for Cavin. He is the overall winner and the winner of his match against sab0tender in game number 1. But I'll tell you what, KillerApp made some serious ground.
He did, yeah. KillerApp's still in a significant lead as Kerbo is playing through the hand stages.
And you kind of can't fault him. Kerbo had to take a chance here, and if that ended up being the right play, it'd have been his race. Unfortunately, it's going to be the wrong play. But I don't fault Kerbo for taking a chance.
No, I don't. Well, let's give Calvin some GGs in chat. He does finish with an SRL time of 56 minutes and 53 seconds.
Absolutely. A very difficult seed there, but good job for Cavin. And KillerApp down goes boom boom for him, as Kerbo, unfortunately, is going to realize that that is not the dream pipe. Instead, it's the nightmare pipe.
Yeah, so KillerApp here looking to get a huge win right here as he goes into Bowser's Fortress.
Yeah, he was 0-4 coming into this. This was a must-win for KillerApp, and he got it.
Yeah, so basically he still has to... He needs to go, basically, he's got to win out the rest of his matches to have a chance to move on the brackets.
Yep, you better believe
and this is definitely going to help him.
Yeah, and kirbocyhn, tough loss for him to take. I mean, this is only his third loss, so if he could split against KillerApp, he would have a chance. But the problem is that Kerbo has a lot of difficult matches coming up.
Oh, yeah. KillerApp seems to have some problems here in the fireball room, as Kerbo is going to find the correct pipe.
And so I'll tell you what, kirbocyhn also making up some ground on KillerApp here, but it's going to be a little bit too little too late. Unless KillerApp takes a death to Bowser, which is conceivable in his state.
Very possible. His World 8 play has been extremely sloppy.
I agree, and kirbocyhn is not done until Bowser ground pounds himself to death. But kirbocyhn gonna have to be careful here as well. If Boom Boom doesn't cooperate here, there's 1 hit, there's 2 hits, and there's 3. He's in good shape. Right now, if KillerApp takes a death, if he falters right here, kirbocyhn takes the lead.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I believe kirbocyhn has, he's got hammer suits.
But no star, so he's going to have to do it the hard way. And here comes the last ground pound. Down goes Bowser, and KillerApp is going to hold on. Boy, kirbocyhn made a great effort there. He saved those Jugum clouds, which helped him get through the panels to catch up, but just wasn't quite enough. As KillerApp, get your GGs out for him. He wins the round.
Yeah, and with that, KillerApp does finish with an SRL time of 59, 28 minutes, This was a long seed. This was not an easy seed at all.
kirbocyhn's going to be about a minute behind him, provided he gets the hammer kill properly here. So this is going to end up being a very close race. This went back and forth.
Oh, yeah.
Down goes Bowser. Wow, I must say, kirbocyhn is going to be disappointed that he missed it by less than a minute. But you know what? He made a nice comeback there at the end.
Oh, yeah. So with that, let's give you GGs and chats for kirbocyhn, as he finishes with an SRL time of 1 hour and 10 seconds. So that's only a, what, 42-second difference? That's an extremely close race.
Yeah, for Super Mario Bros. 3 Rando, you bet 42 seconds is a close race. So one fewer death on kirbocyhn, or one better break with the items, he ends up winning it. That's how close this was, folks.
Yeah, and sab0tender did put in a forfeit. I know he understands the position he's in. He's mainly here to play spoiler, so didn't want to hold people up, and I think it's a smart move by him. He's ready to start his second race, get this one out of the way, forget about it, jump right into the next seed.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of a bowler when somebody's got a 300 game and they know they've already lost. They just bowl quickly to let the other guys bowl. That's kind of what this is like. So, yep, it's a courtesy move there for sab0tender. But get your GGs out for sab0tender. You know, he played really well after that rough start.
Yeah, I think, yeah, because honestly, if you take away the 10 minutes and put that in his favor, he'd probably be at the end of World 7 into World 8 at this point.
Absolutely. No, who knows what could have happened at that point. So, race number 2 coming up for these runners, and flag set 2. So, a lot more shenanigans coming up in just a few minutes. So, guys, stay tuned.